Good morning, everybody. I would like to welcome all of you to Grammar School online class. And it's me, Sunil Sitola. And today I am going to facilitate you a poem in class 10, Did I Miss Anything, composed by Tom Wayman. Okay. The poem, Did I Miss Anything, is composed by Tom Wayman. We can see here the Tom Wayman, and this is a poem composed by Tom Wayman. We can see, and I'm going to tell you some more information about Tom Wayman. And Tom Wayman, his full name is Thomas Ethan Wayman. He was born on 13 August 1945, and he is a Canadian author. He was born in Hawkesbury, Ontario. You know that Ontario is a province in Canada. Wayman has lived most of his life in British Columbia. So this is all about Tom Wayman. And this poem, the tone of this poem is angry, sarcastic, and humorous. So it is a very important thing for you. The tone of the poem is very angry, sarcastic, and humorous. So my students, you might be puzzling, or you might be puzzled about these words, sarcastic and humorous. So in the poem, we find here sarcastic and humorous tone. You know, sarcastic is a kind of satire, right? In Nepali हामीलाई व्यङ्ग्यात्मक भन्छौँ. यो पोएममा अलिकति हामी व्यङ्ग्यात्मक शैली पनि देख्छौँ. And humorous, you know, full of humor or full of laughter. Humorous means here हास्य प्रधान. थोरै यो पोएम चाहिँ अलिकति व्यङ्ग्यात्मक शैलीमा पनि लेखिएको छ. त्यसकारण हामी भन्छौँ the tone of the poem is angry, sarcastic, and humorous. Sometimes the poet gets angry here. Sometimes the poet feeling is angry. कहीँ चाहिँ हामी अलिकति पोएट अथवा अलिकतिको एङ्ग्री मुड पनि देख्न सक्छौँ. र अधिकांश समय चाहिँ हामी पोएममा सटायर, एक प्रकारको व्यङ्ग्यात्मक शैली त्यहाँ देख्न सक्छौँ. So we can say the tone of the poem is angry, sarcastic, and humorous. Each stanza in the poem begins with nothing and everything. Yes, we find the word everything and nothing in the poem, right? And both words complete in themselves and represent the tone of the poem. Yes, the word nothing and everything represent the tone of the poem. We have already discussed that the tone of the poem is somewhere angry, somewhere sarcastic and humorous, right? कहीँ अलिकति पोएट रिसाएको जस्तो देखिन्छ, कहीँ अलिकति व्यङ्ग्य प्रहार गरेको जस्तो देखिन्छ. त्यो दुईटैलाई चाहिँ यो नथिङ र एभ्रिथिङले रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्छ. The poet who is teacher gets quite angry when an absent teacher asks, "Did I miss?" Yes, right. In the poem, the poet is himself a teacher, and he gets quite angry when an absent student asks, "Sir, did I miss anything in my class?" when he was absent, right? The stanza beginning with nothing expresses sarcasm and humor, whereas the stanza beginning with everything expresses teacher's anger, right? So we have to know that the word everything and the word nothing. The word everything expresses teacher's anger. Very important, right? The word everything expresses teacher's anger here. You have to know this. In which stanza we find the word everything, we have to know that stanza expresses teacher's anger. And the word sarcasm, right, is expressed by the word nothing. This is the thing. When we find the word nothing, we should think that this word is expressing sarcasm. And where the word everything we find, we should know that the word is expressing the teacher's anger. I think you are clear about it. The word everything expresses teacher's anger, nothing expresses the sarcasm. This poem, Did I Miss Anything, by Tom Wayman, is all about the importance of classroom. So this is the central idea of this poem. And my dear students, in your examination also you are asked, what is the theme of this poem? What is the central idea of this poem? Or what is the poem about? Such kind of questions will be asked to you when you are given this poem in your examination. Very simple question. What is the central idea? Or what is the main theme of this poem? Or sometimes you can be also asked the question, what is the poem about? So whatever question you have, either what is the poem about, or what is the central idea of this poem, or what is the main theme of this poem, and all these questions have the same answer. This poem is composed on the importance of classroom, right? The main theme of this poem is the importance of classroom. The message of this poem is the importance of classroom. So this is very important thing for all of you. So for reading this poem, after reading this poem, we all realize how important the classroom is, how important our classroom will be, right, for our future. So definitely this poem guides you, right? यो पोएम अत्यन्तै विद्यार्थी भाइहरुको लागि अत्यन्तै बढी मार्गदर्शक पनि छ, अत्यन्तै उपयोगी छ। जीवनभर यसले चाहिँ कक्षा कोठा भने कति इम्पोर्टेन्ट रहेछ भन्ने कुराको बोध पनि गराउँछ। I hope that this poem really guides you. Okay. We go to the first stanza here, right? First stanza here, we can see here very clearly. So let me read the first stanza. Nothing, when we realized you were not here, we sat with our folded hands on our decks in silence for the full 2 hours. Right? I hope the students do not find any difficult words here, because all words are very, very, very simple and of your understanding. लाग्दैन भाइ बहिनीहरुलाई यहाँ कुनै त्यस्तो गाह्रो वर्डहरु छ, भेरी सिम्पल वर्ड हामीले पढिरहेको वर्डहरु नै हामी देख्छौं. And let me read once again. Nothing, when we realized you were not here, we sat with our folded hands on our decks in silence for the full 2 hours. So we have discussed that the word nothing expresses the sarcasm, satire of the teacher on the students, right? हामीले पहिले भनिसकेका छौं त्यो नथिङ भन्ने वर्डले चाहिँ टिचरले गरेको व्यङ्ग्यलाई, अलिकति सटायरलाई, sarcasmलाई प्रतिबिम्बित गर्छ, right? Here also we find nothing. So this is a satire. This is a satire or sarcasm. हामी यसलाई सटायर पनि भन्न सक्छौं, sarcasm पनि भन्न सक्छौं एक प्रकारको, हैन? त्यसमा व्यङ्ग्य, यो अलिकति टिचरले विद्यार्थीप्रति गरेको व्यङ्ग्य हो. Because the background is the student was absent, right? So in the title we can see did I miss? Means the student is asking the question, sir, did I miss anything important in yesterday class because I was absent? The student asked him. When a student asked this question to the teacher, then he put the satire, sarcasm on the student, saying that nothing, you missed nothing. The teacher said to the students, but it was satire, you bring at you. He says, no, you were absent and we did not do anything, right? We all, teacher and students, right, just folded our hands on our decks and we did nothing, and we sat with, right, folded hands in our decks for 2 hours. We did not do anything because you were absent. We did not do anything. We all were silent. We did not do anything, right? The teacher was putting the satire on the students. He was putting satire. He was satirizing the student who was absent yesterday to make him realize how important the classroom is, right? And this is a satire. It means the teacher was telling, you really missed a great thing. We really did a great thing in yesterday class, but you were absent. He was trying to say this. राइट, यो अत्यन्तै रमाइलो पनि छ. ती शिक्षकले चाहिँ विद्यार्थीलाई भन्न खोजेको हैन, तपाई आउनु भएन, हामी के पनि गरेनौं, हामी चुप लाएर बस्यौं, 2 घण्टा मौन भएर बस्यौं. Just like in the picture we can see here, right? We did not do anything, but actually you wanted to say that they did a great thing in yesterday class. Now, second stanza. Everything I gave an exam worth 40% of the grade for this term, and assign some reading due today, on which I am about to hand out a quiz worth 50%. So my dear students, you also do not find any very difficult word here. Assign, assigned word is the word, it is used here past participle, assigned. It means given something, some kind of work to somebody, कसैलाई कुनै काम दिएको भन्ने अर्थमा लाग्छ assigned. You can see here assigned. Assigned means to give something to somebody for work. This is assigned. And here the teacher is saying everything. We know that. We have discussed the word everything expresses teacher's anger. In the second stanza, the teacher is a bit angry and he says, oh, yesterday you were absent and I gave an exam to the students. I took the exam yesterday. You missed the exam. And that exam covered the 40% of the term's syllabus. So I conducted a test. You can see also in the picture of students taking an exam. I conducted a test of 40% of the syllabus. And I also gave reading tasks, reading homework for the students, and from which I'm going to conduct the quiz or the test of 50% or 50 marks. Means the teacher wants to say that we did a lot of things yesterday. Means I conducted a test of 40 marks. I also gave the homework to the students on reading, from which I'm going to conduct a quiz of 50%. It means the teacher wants to say we did a great thing yesterday, right? You missed the exam, you missed, right, all the things, right, when you were absent, and the teacher wants to highlight how important the yesterday classroom is, right? Teacher भन्दैछन् कि yes, हिजो त मैले यो सत्रमा पढाउनु पर्ने 40% मार्क्स कभर हुने गरी पढाएँ र परीक्षा पनि लिएँ र मैले पढ्न दिएको छु होमवर्क जसबाट मैले 50 नम्बरको चाहिँ एउटा परीक्षा फेरि लिँदैछु. So you really missed the heavy things yesterday. Now because the teacher is telling this with anger because his student was absent. Okay. And this is the third stanza, and third stanza is used with nothing. None of the content of this course has value or meaning. Take as many days off as you like, and any activities we undertake as a class, I assure you will not matter either to you or you are without purpose and are without purpose. So this is also a stanza with nothing. We know that nothing expresses, right, here the sarcasm or satire. And teacher is putting satire. You were absent yesterday and you think none of the content of the course has value or meaningless, right? You think that none of the course in the class has value or meaningful. And you think that all the activities we do in the classroom are meaningless. Right? He's putting the satire because his student was absent. And it is also perception of the students on the class. And teacher says, yes, you can take as many days as off you will like. भन्दैछन् तिमी जति दिन पनि एब्सेन्ट हुन सक्छौ, केही महत्त्व छैन क्लासमा कुनै महत्त्व छैन, क्लासमा पढाएको कुराको कुनै महत्त्व छैन भनेर उले अलि सटायर पुट गर्दैछ because his student was absent. But he means to say that classroom is very important. व्यङ्ग्य प्रहार गर्दै तिमी जति दिन पनि क्लास अफ गर्न सक्छौ, क्लासमा पढाएका कुनै पनि कुराहरू जीवनमा महत्त्वपूर्ण छैन. तिमी जति दिन मन लाग्छ क्लासमा नआऊ अथवा क्लास अफ भएर बस्ने केही अर्थ राख्दैन. यसले भन्न खोजिरहेको कुरा होइन. यहाँ उनले व्यङ्ग्य प्रहार गर्दैछन् कक्षा कोठा अत्यन्तै इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ. क्लासरूम इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट. If you miss one day, you will miss a great thing. He wants to say this thing to the students by the satire. And now, in the fourth stanza, the poet comes to the fourth stanza, and we can see here the picture of an angel, very nice picture here. And the fourth stanza is, everything, a few minutes after we began last time, a shaft of light suddenly descended, and an angel or other heavenly being appeared and revealed to us what each woman or the man must do to attain the divine wisdom in this life and hereafter. This is the last time the class will meet before we disperse to bring good news to all. I hope that the students do not find here any difficult word. However, I'm going to tell you the meaning for one word, disperse. You know, disperse. D-I-S-P-R-S-E. Disperse means to scatter, to move away, to scatter. Chharinu भन्ने अर्थ लाग्छ यहाँ disperse को. And the word, everything we find here. But here in the poem, the poet highlights the importance of classroom by giving an example of angel. यो स्टान्जामा चाहिँ पोएटले अलिकति कक्षा कोठाको महत्त्वलाई एन्जल को उदाहरणबाट प्रश्न पार्न खोजेका छन्. Or he highlights here, he exaggerates the importance of classroom. उनले यहाँ चाहिँ अलिकति बढी यो कक्षा कोठाको महत्त्वलाई अलिक बढी नै महत्त्व दिएका छन्, over emphasize गरेका छन्. And he says that, soon after I took the class, an angel from the heaven came down to the class. And that angel really taught us what each man or woman must do in this life to attain, to achieve the divine wisdom. Right? He taught. Really, yesterday I was taking the class. Soon after, an angel, जसलाई हामी परी भन्छौँ, जसलाई हामी चाहिँ भगवान अथवा कुनै पनि गडको चाहिँ मेसेन्जर, भगवानहरूका दूतलाई हामी एन्जल भन्छौँ. And an angel appeared in the class and taught us what we have to do, what is our duty to attain the divine wisdom. Divine wisdom, you know, दिव्य त्यो ज्ञान प्राप्त गर्न हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा सिकाउनु हो. And we all were benefited. हामी धेरै लाभान्वित भयौँ. Means from this, he wants to highlight the classroom is very important. And he says that you really miss that thing. And this is the last time the class will meet before we disperse to bring the good news to all. He says, and this is the last class. That class will never repeat now. And that class will never repeat. This is the last class. And from that class, we really learned a good thing, and we are going to spread the good thing to the people on the earth. त्यो हिजोको क्लास अन्तिम क्लास हो. अब त्यस्तो क्लास कहिले हुने छैन जसबाट हामीले राम्रा ज्ञानहरू सिकेका छौँ जुन हामी पृथ्वीवासीलाई बाँड्न गएका छौँ. This way he really highlighted how important the yesterday's class was. It means the poet wants to say from this poem the everyday class is very important. And 50th stanza here, nothing, when you are not here present, how could something significant occur? So this is very satire to the students. And again, he's putting satire. And he says, when you are absent, putting satire, when you are absent, how could something significant occur? Means, when you are absent, nothing important will occur in the class. Means, when you are absent, nothing important occur in the class. He says that, जब तपाईं एब्सेन्ट हुनुहुन्छ, तपाईं एब्सेन्ट भएको क्लासमा कसरी महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा हुन सक्छ र भनेर फेरि सटायर पुट गर्दैछन्. त्यसको अर्थ तपाईं एब्सेन्ट हुनुहुन्छ, तपाईले रियली ग्रेट थिङ विश गर्नुहुन्छ भन्न खोज्दैछन् पोएट यहाँ. Very important, putting the satire on the student for being absent, right? By saying when you are absent, how something important could happen in the class this way. And 6th stanza, this is the last stanza. By everything contained in this classroom is a microcosm of human experience, assembled for you to query and examine and ponder. This is the word, query, examine and ponder. Query, examine and ponder. This is not the only place such an opportunity has been gathered, but it was one place and you were not here. So let me repeat once again. Everything contained in this classroom is a microcosm of human experience, assembled for you to query, examine and ponder. This is not the only place such an opportunity has been gathered, but it was one place and you were not here. So last stanza very important for us, and this is also the stanza with everything which expresses this is anger in one side and the importance of classroom on the other side. यहाँ पनि हामी देख्न सक्छौँ भाइ बहिनी, my dear students, everything भन्ने वर्ड जसले अलिकति टिचरको एङ्गरलाई र कक्षा कोठाको महत्त्वलाई यहाँ झल्काइरहेको छ. And lastly he says the classroom is a very important platform or space or place for all the human beings for three things, right? For query, for examination, and pondering, right? We learn a very important things from classroom, because classroom is a sharing of the ideas of different people. Just like in the picture we can see different people are gathering here, they are sharing their ideas, they are learning from each other, they are sharing their experience to each other. हामी पिक्चरमा देख्न सक्छौँ धेरै मान्छेहरू जम्मा हुनुभएको छ, त्यहाँ आफ्नो एक्सपिरियन्स बाँड्नु भएको छ, आफ्नो एक्सपिरियन्सबाट सिक्नु भएको छ, अरूकोबाट सिक्नु भएको छ. So classroom is a platform for sharing our experience. It is a microcosm, means it is a very deep or condensed, एकदमै सूक्ष्म यो मानवीय अनुभवहरूले भरिएको अत्यन्तै घनीभूत ठाउँ चाहिँ कक्षा कोठा हो. एन्ड फ्रम क्लासरुम वी एक्जामाइन, हामी कुनै पनि कुराको परीक्षण गर्न सक्छौँ. वी पुट द क्वेरी, हामीले आफ्नो धेरै क्वेरी मिन्स क्युरियोसिटी, जिज्ञासा राख्न सक्छौँ, परीक्षण गर्न सक्छौँ. एन्ड पोन्डर, थिङ्क अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट म्याटर, एन्ड वी अचिभ द नलेज. कुनै पनि कुराको जिज्ञासा राखेर त्यसमा त्यो परीक्षण गरेर कम्तीमा त्यो विषयमा सोचेर हामी धेरै ज्ञानहरू आर्जन गर्न सक्छौँ फ्रम द classroom, because there are the people of different level, there are the people with different experience, and we can learn from each other. He says that classroom is a must for us. Lastly, he says, but it was one place, but it was such a class, but you were absent, you really missed the great thing, and you really missed the great thing, you really missed the great thing, the poet wants to say. So this is all of the classroom. This is all about this poem. I hope, my dear students, you got some idea of this poem. You were much clear about this poem, and I tried my best to facilitate, right, you about this poem. And I would like to wish all of my dear students best of luck, and I would like to say this is the end of class. Have a good time, have a nice time. Okay, see you next time. Thank you.